Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to day 26 of Radiant Reminders for Ramadan. Depending on which part of the world you are in, we have 3 or 4 days left of Ramadan. Many of us at this time will have regrets. We didn't make the most of it. We didn't read enough Quran. We didn't give enough sadaqah. We spend our money on shopping and savories and food and takeaway. And now many of us will be looking forward to Eid, so buying gifts for our family and buying expensive clothes. Maybe there were nights where we didn't even wake up for Qiyamul Layl and Tahajjud and we missed our suhoor. So many of us realize when it's the last 3-4 days left that we have slacked in Ramadan. But this is not the time to cry. Nor is it the time to spend in Eid shopping and act like the month is already over. Usually this happens because this time of the month, many of us are finishing our Quran. Some of us will have finished our Khatam in Taraweeh, so we no longer pray Taraweeh. But I want you to reflect on this wonderful statement by Imam ibn Rajab rahmatullahi alayh in his Lataif. He says, "Let those who have failed to make the most of this month of Ramadan end it with goodness, because actions are judged according to their endings." The last part of this statement talks about actions being judged by their endings, which is actually an authentic hadith. For example, how a person dies. If you die on goodness, you'll be judged. Your whole life will be judged on that. How your action ends, how your Ramadan ends on goodness, it's a good sign that you've been accepted. So I've got a few tips, inshallah, how to spend these last few days of Ramadan. First tip is make these days the best days of Ramadan. And count on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to judge your entire Ramadan just by these 3-4 days. Number 2, if you can, spend the time Asr to Maghrib of Ramadan in Quran. So these last few days, try and spend every day in the masjid reading Quran or dhikr. And if you can, spend these 3-4 days in i'tikaf, the nafil i'tikaf. At least you will have time for reflection, isolation, and you'll have a bit of peace and quiet. Number 3, cry your heart out in dua. Ask Allah to forgive you. We know that tonight is the 27th night and we have the 29th night, which could still be Laylatul Qadr. The last point, do not waste your time over moon sighting and when is Eid. So this time of the month, people are discussing Eid and differing positions in the community, who is right and who is wrong. Leave that to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah allow us to finish this month strong. May we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a state that Allah has mercy on us. He has freed us from the gates of hellfire and registered us in the highest level of Jannatul Firdaus. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen.